Greetings and welcome to another Warhammer Underworlds Direchasm battle report. Today sees me use Khagra's Ravagers against my friend Chris with his Myari's Purifiers. It should be an interesting matchup because obviously I'm going quite aggressive and I'm assuming Chris is going, quite defensive / hold objectives because he's Myari's Purifiers. They're an elven warband with generally a wounds characteristic of 3 and they rove around sitting on objectives a lot from what I've seen so far. Obviously I haven't seen his deck, so it's going to be a nice surprise. I am still going to be quite aggressive. But our deck lists will be in the episode description. But I'll briefly go over my deck. So it kind of techs into Desecration a bit, because you've got like Ritual Desecration. So I've got cards that can desecrate me an objective, and cards that will score for me desecrating stuff, because I'm assuming the Purifiers will be on objective, so when I kill them I'll be desecrating. I'm not going to run Absolute Desecration, because I still think it's too risky, especially in a best of 3 game, which we will have. And yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm going for more damage because obviously my deck is actually a primacy aggro deck. So while I'm like flipping objectives, I'm also going for the primacy because the good thing about Khagra's Ravagers is it's really easy for them to get to 4 damage. And there are a lot of objective cards that synchronize with just having a 4 damage attack just succeed, or just having a character with a damage characteristic of 4 and attack action. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got a lot of mobility as well, so I'm running Spectral Wings because they are movement 3 until inspiring. Malkin Grace because, that helps boost them to movement 5. Then I'm also running their a +2 move upgrade card. So I've got 3 ways, I think it's Savage Speed, yeah. So I've got 3 ways to go to movement 5 to help with scoring gathered momentum, but also just to close the distance because the majority of the warband is range 1. I've also got Mask of Darkness, which allows Zarshia to... It's the only Gambit spell in the deck, which basically, if cast on a focus, which is a 75% chance because she's a level 2 wizard, can teleport a fighter onto an empty objective hex in enemy territory. The only issue is I'll have to do that early, but I've also got Distraction and Nightmare in the Shadows to keep me on objectives. I'm not running really any accuracy cards, I'm just going for damage, but that's because the damage is more important because I need to go for one-hit kills, especially with primacy. So I've got a lot of ways to reach 1 damage, especially by surprise. Namely with Flames of Spite. So that's Twist the Knife that triggers on an crit. And I get to play it when an attack action succeeds if I rolled a crit. Obviously, it's one of the dearest cards to my heart. But it's surprise damage your opponent can't prepare for. And yeah, just catching someone by surprise is hugely important. But yeah. There's some interesting mistakes I make with the Warband that you'll find early on, because obviously this is the best of 3 format. I haven't actually played the game in general in a long time. So this is a nice refresher for me. So I'm basically learning the Warband as I play. Relearning the Warband as I play. That's a better way to put it. But yeah, it's this will be a best of 3 game. So this is game 1, and I'll be breaking it up into multiple videos. So this will be the first game. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the battle report. Also, please remember to like and subscribe. All right, so then we roll. You get +1 crit. I have a crit and 2 single supports.
I rolled a crit and 2 doubles plus my bonus. So
would you like to go first or second?
Good question. I will go first.
All right, good luck.
You too. So my first... Sonala is going to charge onto objective 1.
Oh, okay.
Round the lethal.
Yep.
And shoot her cleaving shot at Khagra, your leader.
Yep.
So 2 for hammers. She gets nothing.
Oh. Do you...
Single support, double support.
Do you score anything? I haven't played this game in a while.
No.
All right. Any power cards?
No, I will pass.
Yeah, as will I. Oh yeah, she's charged, not moved. No power cards for me. So for my first activation, let me flip my crit activation tokens. I will have Zarshia charge into objective 3. Onto objective 3.
Mm-hmm. And zap Eileen, yeah?
And she will zap Eileen, the Mind's Eye. So 2 channel. I rolled a single success, so you need a block or a crit.
Yep. I do not.
So you take...
Ooh, hang on. I'm... I will spend the token to reroll that.
Yep.
Nope, she still fails. So
So you take 1 damage. Because, I don't take any backlash from that. And
yeah, I wouldn't have normally re-rolled, but the fact that if you fail, you take a damage. It's
I was kind of like, oh, you don't have to. You could save it. Those are precious resources. I will. I don't think there's any point in driving you back because you're movement 4, isn't it? So you can get me regardless. So I'll leave you there. Then in the power step, I will play my power card, Ritual Desecration. So I'll pick 1 objective in the same hex as a friendly fighter.
You'll desecrate it, yeah.
Oops, sorry. And I'll desecrate it. So I'll put a desecration. I'll use my green glass beads.
Cool.
So it's desecrated. And then I immediately score Brutal Desecration because I just desecrated an objective.
Okay.
So I get 1 glory. Oh, draw an objective. Would you like to play any power cards?
Yes, I would. I will sidestep Banhanar onto objective 2.
No power cards from me.
Cool. I will also pass. So my second then.
Yep.
Myari will just move on to objective 4.
Yep.
And score me perfect formation. So in faction, temporary victory.
Any power cards?
Yes, I'm going to put Dominant Defender on Banhanar.
Oh, it's a reroll defense dice. Cool.
So he's on guard when he's on an objective.
Yep.
No, it's not reroll. He's on guard if he's on an objective. If I roll no successes, I discard the primacy token. If I roll a crit success, I gain the primacy token.
Okay.
It's one of the new ones from the Khagra set.
Might as well. I will spend the glory to give Dawa Kragan Sting of the Urgrub. So he's doing 3 damage. Any power cards from you?
Nope.
So going into my second activation, Dawa Kragan will charge into Anslane the Mind's Eye. So 3 Fury. 1 success. So you need a block or a crit.
Nope, she's dead.
3 damage. So I gain a glory for the kill, and I also gain the primacy token.
No, you don't, because you did 1 damage with the spell. So you didn't kill her.
Oh, yes. No, yes, you're right. Yes. So I didn't need to put Sting. Oh, that's my bad. I should have put a wound counter. So she's out of action. Then in the power step, I will pass.
Okay.
Any power cards from yourself?
No. So my third, I'm just going to draw a power card. Okay.
Any power cards?
Nope, pass.
Yeah, for my third activation, my leader will just charge your archer. So
Yep.
1, 2. Well, actually, pulled off a head. Yeah. So before my third activation, if that's okay, I will just play Rack the Land to desecrate the objective next to Kragan because it's empty objective.
Yep.
Within 1 hex. So that is desecrated. Any power cards from yourself?
You have to take me out of action, don't you, to desecrate it?
Yes.
On the objective as well.
Or if I'm on an objective.
I'll put Great Fortitude on Sonala.
Okay. No power cards from me. Any power cards?
Pass.
Right. So for my third activation, my leader will charge. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Yeah. 2 smash. Both miss. Double whiff.
So I rolled if I inspire. I do not.
Power step, I'll pass.
I score over my dead body.
What's that objective?
So immediately after an enemy fighter's attack action that targets a friendly fighter, if I was holding an objective at the start of the attack, and I still am, I score a glory.
Nice. Any power? Well, no power cards from me.
No, pass from me.
All right, then it's your last activation.
Yep. My fourth, I'm just going to draw another power card.
Any power cards?
No, pass powers.
All right, then for my last activation, Razek, God blessed, will charge. 1, 2, 3. So he's just between the blocked hex. He's on the edge hex in no man's land. So he'll attack your Banhanar. 2 smash, crit, and a success.
Okay.
So you need a crit and a success, or 2 crits.
I do not get that. In fact, I rolled no successes, so I discard the primacy token if I had. You're only doing 2 damage, right?
Yep. But I rolled a crit. So because I rolled a crit, I get to react with Flames of Spite. So I do +1 damage. So now I'm doing 3 damage. So that not only kills you outright, it desecrates the objective.
Yeah.
And I immediately gain the primacy.
I did not know about that. Never mind.
It is Twist a Knife on crits, a card designed by me for me. No, I'm joking. I just made sure I got through. It's only on crits. So I get +1 for the kill. And that is desecrated. So after that activation, because there are 3 desecration tokens, my Warband inspires.
It does.
Thank you, crits. You saved me. Okay. I don't score anything off of that, but it helps. Power Step, I'll pass any power cards.
I will also pass as well.
All right. So into your end phase, did you score anything?
I score uncontested for 3. Oh, yes, I do, because you desecrated the objective that you
I'm still holding it?
I think you desecrated it, so you can't hold it, right?
Enemy fighters can't hold it.
I thought it was all fighters couldn't be held.
Oh, no, yeah, they have changed it. Yeah. Yes, cool.
Yeah. I will discard Path to Victory.
Yep.
Because it's going to happen now. And I will put Deserve Confidence and Heighten Reflexes on Sonala.
So what do both of those do?
So Deserve Confidence, once she's got 3 or more upgrades, which she does now, she's got +1 wound and can't be driven back, and she's already got Great Fortitude. So she's got +2 wounds, can't be driven back, and Heightened Reflexes is basically 1 reroll. And after she's rolled, if she wants, she can spend her Ether Quartz to give her attack cleave or ensnare. That's after the roll. Most of the time I just use it for the reroll though. And then discard Tectonic Force and Scavenged Armor, because I don't think I'm going to make use of those either.
Cool.
And keep 1 objective and draw up.
I'm on 3. So I don't score anything. I'm going to get rid of On the Dark Road because I don't have any upgrades. I will get rid of the Hellfire Sword because I don't need it. And then I'll drop 1 objective and then 5 power cards. I completely forgot. There we go. Just put it for the viewers.
Just a double from me.
I have rolled a crit and a double support. So I get to choose. I will. So your Archer Lady's 1 dodge.
1 dodge,
5
but she's 5 wounds and can't be driven back.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. Oh yeah, at the end of the round, I'll discard the primacy counter. I forgot. Give me 1 spent glory. So now I'm on 4. Yeah, I will go first. So my leader will attack. 2 smash. A single crit. So you need a crit.
I rolled a crit as well, which inspires her.
After that, I will spend a glory.
I score Hidden Purpose.
Yep. I will spend a glory to give my leader Grudging Defense, so she's on guard.
Cool.
Any power cards?
I will attempt to cast Dauntless Aspect.
Put yourself on guard.
It's a lightning. Pick any friendly fighter within 3, so it could be myself or Sonala. I rolled 1 crit, which means it goes off. So I will put. I'll put Sonala on guard. Power to you.
No power cards from me.
I'll put the Hearthstone Amulet on Sonala, so it reduces damage she takes by 1 to a minimum of 1.
Yep, no power cards from me.
My second.
You're
sorry,
first.
My first, sorry. My leader will just go on guard.
Cool.
Which scores me Patience of the Mountains for having everybody on guard, and also Abundance of Caution for having everybody on guard.
So you need to know the wordings because some of them say guard token.
Yes, they both have guard because Dauntless Aspect does give you a guard token.
Okay, that's fine.
Tokens.
That's fine.
You're correct. They're both tokens. So certain things like the Dominant Defender wouldn't give it to you.
Yeah.
But these are both tokens.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, in faction version and then normal version of everybody has a guard token.
Any power cards?
second. Just draw up objectives. I will pass.
I will spend my glory to give Ruinous Might to Razek, so he's doing... no, I don't need to. Yeah, I've got Power Inspired. No power cards for me, so any power cards for myself.
Pass.
So for my second activation, Kragan will charge to your leader. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's movement 4. Oh, yeah.
Right, yes. So you can go one more if you want.
He doesn't need to.
Okay.
3 Fury.
Mm-hmm.
With Cleave.
Yep.
Crit. So you need a crit on 2 dice.
I don't get a crit, but I'm going to play Flicker of Light.
What does that do?
So play this at the attack action after you determine success step. If the attack action would deal damage that would take the friendly fighter with 1 or more Ether Quartz counters out of action, roll 1 magic dice. On the roll of a lightning, remove that fighter's counter and the combat sequence ends.
Okay, yep.
So basically, as if nothing happened.
Yep.
I do not roll a lightning.
So he dies, and I get I get 1 for the kill.
Mm-hmm.
And I get the primacy again because you had no wound counters.
Yeah, and I'm the leader as well, so it wouldn't have...
Yeah, so I get the primacy again. So I put the primacy there. So I am now on 5. And no power cards from me. Any power cards from you?
Nope.
All right, so then it's... Oh, and I desecrate that objective as well.
Yep.
Your second activation.
Yes. Your leader's only got 4 wounds, hasn't she?
Only 4. No, she's only got 4, but she's on guard.
She's
with 2 defense.
Yeah, I'm just going to use my cleave shot because it does 2 damage on crits, and I have a reroll. So I'm going to shoot your leader in the face.
Yep.
So I'm going to reroll the sword. I get a crit and a hammer, so with cleave. So it's crit success with cleave.
Nope. So I take 2 damage.
2 damage, yeah. Then I will pass powers.
So she's got 5 wounds.
5 wounds. She reduces damage by 1, and she's on guard.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. So I will... Yeah, I will spend 1 glory to give my leader +1 damage. Any power cards?
No, pass.
I will spend 1 glory to give my leader Blasphemous Curious. So she reduces damage by 1 on the roll of a block.
Okay.
Any power cards?
Pass.
All right. Third activation, Razek will charge in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next to my leader on the starting hex. So free smash with supports. All miss. But after my activation, I score Show of Force because one of my fighters has 3 upgrades. It's my leader.
Well, you also have 3 in my territory as well. So either way, you score it.
Oh, that is correct. Oh, yes. I thought it was all.
I score Steadfast Defender, though, because you attacked me and I'm still on an objective.
Any power cards?
No, pass powers from me.
All right, so then it's your third.
My third. So I could kill your leader if I roll a crit and you don't roll a shield.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think I'll just shoot your leader again.
Cool.
So 2 for hammers with cleave. I'll re-roll the sword. So I get 1 crit.
So I need a crit.
Yep.
Nope. Let's see if I reduce the damage. Nope. So she dies.
Cool. And that gets me the primacy because it's your leader.
Yep. Any power cards?
No, pass.
I will charge with Zarshia, and then I will just, go with the smash attack. Is that right?
The staff, yep, so you don't
so
backlash
you got
yourself.
5 wounds, yeah.
I reduce damage by 1 either way, for what it's worth. So.
Oh, yeah. So 2 smash, miss, no dice, and no power cards for me, any power cards.
I'll put tight defense on Sonala.
Cool. So that she's on
the
on
target
guard.
of a range 1 or 2 attack, she gets a guard taken.
Yep, cool. Any power cards, but none from me.
Pass for me as well.
Cool. So it's your last activation.
Yep. I guess the wizard's still only 1 defense, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll shoot the wizard in the face. I will re-roll the sword. I get 1 crit.
Wow. Nope. So I take 2 damage.
Yep, and I can drive her back, can't I?
Yes.
So I will drive her just straight backwards into no man's land.
Okay. Any power cards?
No, pass.
None from me. So scoring, I went first. I just get Glorious Slaughter for 2 because 3 or more enemy fighters are out of action.
Yep.
I'll get rid of Savage Exemplar. And then I'll get rid of Savage Speed. So I'll draw 2 objectives, 4 power cards.
So I score Pursuit of Excellence for having 3 or more upgrades on a fighter.
Yep.
And Dominant Position because I hold more objectives than you.
Yes. I believe I've lost, but...
And a spent one for the primacy.
Yep.
So I have me as 16.
Yeah. I've lost this one, but I'll still play on.
I'll discard Great Strength because not much use for Sinala.
Yeah.
Draw up my last objective and 5 powers.
Okay. So then we roll off for round 3.
Yep. 2 crits and a double.
I roll nothing.
I will go first and try and finish off the wizard, I think. I'll reroll the fail. So 1 success with cleave.
I need a support or a crit. Nope, she's dead.
Just the 1 glory. I mean, you killed everyone else, but Sinala is just not giving any shit.
Let's see.
And the power step, I will play Distraction and push Raznek just into the middle of no man's land.
You can't be driven back, isn't it?
Yes, because I go on guard as soon as you hit me anyway, but I couldn't be driven back even if I didn't go on guard yet.
So I'll play Nightmare in the Shadows to push you into the lethal hex for 1 damage.
Makes sense.
Any power cards?
I will play Channel the River, which is effectively sidestep with bonuses, but I'm just going to use it as a sidestep to go back onto the objective.
Okay. Then I'll spend a glory to give Savage Strength to Kragan, sorry.
Cool. Pass from me.
And then I will play Spectral Wings, which immediately scores me 1 for playing Malevolent Exploits because I've played Free Gambit. Well, power cards?
You played a bunch of powers, yeah.
Any power cards?
Nope, pass.
Okay. So then for, my first activation, Kragan will charge. 1, 2, just there. Mm-hmm. So he's Free Fury with Cleave.
Yep.
2 crits and a success.
Can't defend that. So
I'm doing 4 damage, so you die?
No, because it's reduced to 3 because I have -1.
Oh, yeah.
From the Hearthstone. So I go down to 1 health.
That's frustrating. I score Surge of Aggression because my attack...
You succeeded with a damage 4 attack. Yeah, that's correct.
So I get that. No power cards from me. Any power cards from you?
Nope.
All right, so then it's your second activation.
My second, I'll shoot the one who hasn't charged yet.
Yep.
So Raznek, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'll re-roll one of them for my heightened senses, and I'll re-roll the other one with my token, actually.
You used your token.
I have not used the token on her. I have now.
Okay, yep.
So 1 success with cleave.
2 dodge, so I just need a support. I get a support.
Cool. I can push you?
Yes.
I'll push you straight backwards in between those 2 startings.
Any power cards?
I'm going to play Untouchable Pride, which would normally put me on guard, but if I've spent my token, I heal 1 instead.
But you just used your token. I'm so confused.
No. If I have no token, it's.
Oh, okay.
You go on guard if you have a token. If you don't have a token, you heal 1. It's not spend a token. It's just has different effects whether or not you have the token.
Okay.
So I'm back up to 2 health, reducing damage by 1. I don't know if that's enough. Because I can't remember if Raznek hits for 3 or not.
I only hits for 2, so I can't. Well, for my second activation, then I will just draw a power card. Power step, I'll pass.
I'll pass as well. My third, I'm just going to shoot Raznek again.
Yep.
I reroll one of the fails. I get 1 crit.
So I need a crit on 2 dice. Nope, so I take 2 damage.
2 damage, and I'll leave you a 1.
Any power cards?
Pass powers.
I'll spend 1 to give Great Strength to Razek. Any power cards?
Pass.
All right, so for my third, I will make a charge 1, 2, 3, 4, and charge next to the blocked hex. So 3 smash with supports, crit, and 2 successes.
So I need
2 crits.
Double crit then.
Yep.
Basically, yep. Nope. So she's dead.
So that does kill you, and I don't score anything. So I just get a kill.
Do you want to desecrate the objective? Does it matter?
Desecrate. Any power cards from you? Because none from me.
Nothing from me, no. My last, I'll just draw a power card.
Nothing from me. So let's see, I'm on 11.
Mm-hmm. With that kill, I think so, yeah.
With my last activation, I will just get rid of Gathered Momentum and draw an objective.
Cool.
Yeah. Power Step, I'll pass. Any power cards.
Pass.
So it's your spot. Do you score anything?
I don't score anything, no.
I just score Awesome Predator, Team Effort, and Raised Realm because I have, everything's desecrated. I've activated 2 or more. I have 2 more Surviving Fires, and they've all been activated. And then Awesome Predator.
Yeah.
Because I have a person with 4+ damage. So I end on 14.
Nice.
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't realize how defensive those elves could get.
Mm. Well, you did quite obviously like the fact that I was a bit surprised when Banhanar went down with that crit extra damage thing.
Yeah, because you can't plan against it. It's
because normally, Banhanar's the one that gets like a lot of it. What happens is 1 or 2 of them will die, and then usually Banhanar will get the upgrades and go nuts. So, but this time Sonala happened to be the one that lived, so she got all the upgrades.
Yeah, I think my mistake
she's
was
just slower at killing you because
Yeah. Well, it's
1 damage, not 3.
Yeah, kind of. I think my mistake was I didn't realize desecrations, and I thought because they used to basically you would still count as holding them if what do you call it? If you desecrated them yourselves, because it's basically they're chaos fired, so you can still hold them. Your opponent can't. It basically blocks them off for your opponent. Yeah, because that really devalues desecration altogether. Then because that's
it's counter. It's very specifically counter lots of objectives. It's not.
So that was my misplay, and then it was just I got I killed too slow, but you can't really control that with dice. There's that's basically dice in itself. It's very aggro.
You killed Eileen with the first 2 attacks that hit her.
Yes.
You killed Banhanar with the first attack that hit him, and you killed Myari with the first attack that hit him. The only attack you missed in the first round was against Sonala.
What was in terms of even though I did get those kills, your deck was still able to passively outscore me much faster.
This is true.
So it's it's weird. I got kills I got the kills, but not at the right time. So for example, if my leader killed you, I would have got, Savage Exemplar, so that would have chained off stuff. I would have allowed me to score everything else. So I did get the kills, but not in the right order, basically.
Not in the right order with the right people.
Yeah. So it's interesting. And then, because I know basically people want, what was it? Grim Tenacity? Not Grim Tenacity, it's the one where you have 3 or more upgrades.
Oh, Deserve Confidence, yes, totally restricted.
So I think that's going to be restricted next.
For sure. Because everyone is running it, everybody.
So I think it's just learning the matchup. Because the problem with the it's not the problem. It's it's movement free, so you live or die by the movement, which is fine.
It's Iron Skull syndrome, yeah.
Well, it's when they get inspired, it's fine. Usually they don't inspire that quickly. They never did before. So that was fun.
The thing is this is also a little bit anti Myari's in general, or this particular style of Myari's, because the idea is you have to, in order to inspire and score some of your cards, you want to hit me when I'm on an objective.
Yes.
Because you want to get the desecration and stuff like that. And because of this deck, I want you to hit me. Well, I want you to try and hit me when I'm on an objective.
Wait, is this your general one or teched against the Ravagers?
So this is what I would run anyway.
Oh, okay,
but I think it is particularly. I think the Ravagers play style is because you have different kinds of aggro, right? You have aggro that runs disruption to get people off objectives and then like ping them to death and stuff, which is less common at the moment. And then you have aggro that just goes in and like tries to wallop you in one big go, which is because of primacy, the big one at the moment.
Well, I'd say that's more aggro mixed with flex. I mean, not flex, aggro right, mixed with control, because you're trying to dictate where your opponent goes.
Yeah. So though this deck kind of struggles against the flex side of things, because I do have ways to get on objectives, but not usually, if someone really techs into it, not more than they have the ways to get me off.
Yeah, because I think the problem you'd find against is, like, for example, what do you call them? Mournflight, but my Mournflight are stupid in general. So.
Well, yeah, because Mournflight can run like 4 distractions or something.
It's not even that. They just don't need to attack to score. Like, they like to
run through you and just run through blocks and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're right. Because that means I've got 2 objectives that require your opponent to swing at you.
Yes. So the problem is
either fail or you have enough wounds just to tank it.
Well, it's like, I don't know how it does against the Mollog matchup. It's just really dice dependent, I guess.
Oh yeah, the Mollog, it lives. If Mollog runs in and misses you, you're golden.
Well, because the thing is, he wouldn't score too much because he's generally like only attacking once. But
yeah, he tries to make sure. It really does depend. If he misses one attack at the right time, it can score you like 4 glory.
Yeah.
Not directly, but just yeah.
And there we go. It was still a really close game, even though Chris had basically won by round 2, because as I said, my glory, the main problem with my objective deck in general is its low glory ceiling of only 14. But the thing is, I'm aggro, so most of those objectives require me to kill, which means they're worth more because I would have had to kill already to get that glory, which would have stacked. So it kind of a misleadingly small. But the issue is Chris got ahead really quickly and caught me by surprise because he was punishing me for doing what I wanted to do, which is basically attacking him while he was on the objectives. Because if I failed an attack, he would score a boatload of glory, which was really good on his part. So it was a really nice counter. And then my huge misplay of expecting that if you're holding it like that, the Ravagers can hold a desecrated objective. And when I realized I hadn't, that completely meant cards like Uncontested and Dominant Position were basically I couldn't stop. So that's why Zasha, I just have to leave her on objectives basically because she's the only thing stopping the Warband from conceding Uncontested. But that's an interesting thing because as we discussed in the game, like it makes sense. It's a shame the Chaos Fighters themselves, like Khagra's Ravagers, don't count as holding the objectives. Only like no one can hold them, but it's balanced. So because otherwise it would be really oppressive. Because then you could just go weird hold objectives, Khagra's Ravagers, but it is what it is. And still, Chris played like amazingly well. And the main thing we went off, even though I almost wiped him out, the issue was my kills went in the wrong order. I was really hoping for Khagra. If she got that kill, that would have basically allowed me to explode and get my momentum going. Because when she missed that attack, even though I got a kill, the problem was all it was just a kill. It didn't trigger any of my objectives or primacy. If she killed someone, I would have got Savage Exemplar, and it would have helped me score all my objectives in hand, basically. So I guess the weakness in the deck is more accuracy, because I'm just going for straight damage. But I think the bigger thing is me just learning the matchup, because an important thing is in best of 1 games, you can kind of go, I didn't really learn much. I just lost, let's just end it. But when you're playing best of 3 games, as you see, even though I knew I'd lost by round 2, I kept on playing because it allowed me to learn Chris's deck and also more about my Warband in terms of what I need to do. So when you see the next games or game, you can see my improvements based on that. It kind of shows the importance of best of 3, because one problem with best of 3 games is people just go, okay, I need to win 2-0. If I lose a game, I'll just ignore that game. But you can learn so much from a loss, not just about yourself, but about your opponent, which is what I can hopefully convey in this set of games. Because it's really interesting, because I haven't done best of 3 games in a long time. So, because playing best of 3 games is a skill in itself, because it's more than just winning and losing. You're trying to memorize what your opponent does. But Chris played really well, and congrats to him. But that was just game 1 in this best of 3 format. As always, you can find the deck lists in the episode description below. Also, yes, please remember to like and subscribe, as your support helps keeps the channel going. Also, if you're interested, please use my affiliate link to Element Games in the episode description below, especially if you're interested in buying Khagra's Ravagers. You'll get 15 to 25% off at no additional cost to yourself while helping to support the channel. And it doesn't just apply to Warhammer, you get of all hobby-related products as well. So, despite Khagra's Ravagers tasting defeat at the hands of the puny Myari's Purifiers, this is but only one of a game of 3. What will happen? Will they learn to adapt, or will the power of chaos finally overwhelm the stinking elves of order? Well, until next time, tune in, and remember, keep those crits hot and despoiled. Well, desecrated.